Good day, folks. Coach Johnson here, IYC Coaching. I hope you are having a fantastic day. We're going to get into a little bit of mindset stuff today. We're going to talk about some intestinal fortitude, guts, toughness, all that good stuff. So, uh, when it comes to the philosophy of happier, healthier, harder to kill, this kind of applies to all of them. What I find is if people are, I don't want to use the term mentally weak, but I will. They basically fold under any adversity, and that's going to be make them harder to be happy because everything is going to seem like an overwhelming, crushing, um, you know, disappointment or overwhelming odds. I can never make it. It certainly isn't good for your health because if you are constantly in fear that you are not enough and you cannot handle it, your cortisol levels go through the roof, and it does terrible things for your immune system. Not to mention your ability to repair your body's damage. Of course, being harder to kill is a problem because honestly, a big part of being resilient is your mental state more than your physical training, which is still important. And and I've seen this personally over the years, and I've been teaching martial arts for over 30 years at this point when this video was shot, something like 32 years, 32 and a half years, whatever. Well, I've been involved in martial arts for that long. And many times I have seen people with a technical deficiency. They simply aren't as skilled as their opponent, use just grit and mental fortitude to overcome. And obviously we see that in the competitive arena, but I can't tell you how many articles I've read and how many people I've talked to who survived violent encounters with zero training at all in self-protection or martial arts skill. They've simply had the will to defeat the attacker or defeat the situation. And that I can't overstate how important that is. There's no shortage of evidence out there to support this. And even I read an article, well, I mean, maybe a couple of years ago, but basically the article was a study long term, and they found the number one predictor of success wasn't education, it wasn't even intelligence, it was grit. The ability to withstand uncomfortableness, that's actually a word, to achieve success. Now, success is relative. Success might be surviving another day. Success might be getting a six-figure job. Success might be becoming a billionaire. Whatever it is, but the number one indicator of someone being successful in their chosen field was how much toughness they are willing to exhibit. How much they can. How many disappointments can they take and keep going forward? How many times can they get knocked down and keep getting back up? And I think everybody in the world, at least in the first world, has heard the cliches of it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get up, and these proverbs that are really useful, but it's 100% true. And being in the social media world we're in, it is cliche to dig up memes and quotes and post them and go, it's one of my personal, I guess, peeves. People that I know, like on Facebook, for example, people that I've known for years have gone through dramatic event over after dramatic event after dramatic event after dramatic event and bad decision after. They keep posting quotes like, "All right, this time her crown will be set and no one will stop her. And this time, this man's going to achieve his goal." I mean, it's like I would never crap on anybody for having affirmations and being positive because that simply isn't my style. But I mean, come on, man. The actions speak louder than words. And if every time you get in a relationship and it heads south and you're going to a horrible, deep funk, that's just, man, you got to get over it. I mean, and everybody has different tolerances. I know. I'm sure I'm going to trigger somebody and go, well, you just don't understand. And I have never been accused of being a super sensitive person. And I probably never will be. And it's not because I hate people. It's because in my life, which has been very unglamorous, I simply value the ability to get over bad times more than the wallowing in the pity. I was at a business function many years ago, and one of the coolest quotes I've heard. I'm pretty sure this guy didn't quote it, but he repeated it. He was telling us, leadership training or business. I don't remember what it was, but he said, you know, if you're going through hell, you don't stop and get a hotel. You keep going. Your ability to keep going even when the odds are against you and you're facing adversity and things are rough and you're injured or you're sore or you're heartbroken or you're disappointed, that to me is power. More than your physical. How much you can bench press or deadlift or how many pickle jars you can open. All that stuff is not important in my mind, in my opinion, to somebody who can have a really bad situation, you know, thrust upon them. Because sometimes bad things happen to you through no fault of your own. Most of the time it's your fault, though. Anyway, whether it was self-inflicted or the universe is casted upon you, how you handle these adverse situations is the real mark of someone who is going to get through life. And it just can't be overstated. And in martial arts specifically, since that's the realm that I'm most familiar, and fitness too, you know, you're going to have setbacks. You're going to have, you know, an injury. You're going to have a period of where you like, is this really for me? You start questioning yourself. You're going to have, you know, times of, man, I'm so busy with my life that I can't get to class or I can't meet with my trainer. It's going to happen. It's how you handle that matters, you know. And so, you know, in a nutshell, guys, mental toughness is, I think, I'm sure in my mind, is one of the most important attributes any human being can develop. You know, compassion, physical strength, knowledge, intelligence. Those are all really cool things. But I don't think anything is more important than your ability to withstand adversity and see enough light to get to the other side. That's my opinion. So, a little you know, preachy today. I hope you find that useful. If you did find this content useful, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, become one of the people who are happier, healthier, and harder to kill. It's Coach Jay out. Thanks for spending your time with me. Talk to you later.